timid. Look, wait. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up, I built this thing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA4. All the kids sing along like EIO. Every time when they see my show, thinking that it happened overnight. Yeah, didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed.
So, in terms of the character, I would say, for example, like for Gigi, she is very outspoken.
Very.
And, that she definitely took from you.
Yeah.
Like Gigi is someone that, like, you might give a mic, or rather, let me say you first. You're on stage, or rather you're not even supposed to be on stage, and someone just called you on stage.
I find myself speaking.
Just give me the mic and then you'll just start talking, and that Gigi has got from you.
Yeah.
And then something else she's got from you, I would say it's I don't know if this character is called like a perfectionist. Like you would want something to be in a way that you want it to be. Like for example, she would be solving like let's say like a math question.
School assignment,
and it's not going the way she wants it to go, or like she's not able to solve it. It will stress her out. She would get so emotional until she's done. Like you'd even tell her like, it's okay, we can do it later, and no, she would want to get it done. And for Lovell, I know she's he's still young. He just turned 2 months ago. But he has this character of getting things done. Like sometimes he wants to do something and you're like, no, stop, don't do this. He would find a way. He would go to the corners. He would like find a way to get it done, no matter like how hard it might look like in your eyes as a parent. And I think that is
it's a good thing. I think one thing about what you mentioned about Lovell being quite young and maybe trying to relate this character, I think like his cycling, how he got to, of course he still has kind of the support wheels, but I remember just once you sending me a video of Lovell can actually cycle. And none of us taught him that, but he found a way of just how he can, or how he rides his scooter, or how he's cycling. I know he's kind of not having that full pedal, but kind of how he does it halfway. Like he found a way of how he enjoys cycling and how he rides his scooter. So great. And another thing I think that I would want to highlight about you and how I help you in this is you're a very prayerful person. You and this kind of has helped us, especially has helped you as a character, has helped us as partners, and on a bigger perspective, our family. As a prayer partner, if I could put it that way, am I a very intentional prayer partner? How supportive am I, and how is that impactful to us as a family?
Yes, you are a prayerful person. And I would say sometimes you doubt a lot because I'm very spontaneous. Like I would just come up with something. I'm like, I think maybe we can do this like ABC, and you're like, how will we
very spontaneous
do this?
That I can admit on so many perspectives,
And in my mind, I'm always like, what God cannot do does not exist. Let's go for it. And sometimes I know you tell me that I not think big per se, but I go over and beyond, and you're like, can we first do this before we cross that? And in my mind, I'm like, no, we can actually fly,
You've already landed actually in your mind. You're there already.
So yes, you're a very prayerful person as well. I would just say that part of believing that this can actually happen. I know sometimes we get in some seasons where things are hard, but I tend to believe that whatever you're going through, for example, someone else has gone through it before, and if you cannot control it, that bad word.
Exactly.
Let it go and let God.
True. So that's, it's great. I know that how You also get to interact. I mean, for us, we're like, just besides being partners, we're also very close friends to each other. We share a lot, and even in every, I would say, in every career path that I've been in, you've tend to be close to my colleagues at work. So you do have actually sometimes conversations. We do get invite each other. You've invited me in so many team building activities of your colleagues. I've also tried to invite you in many of them. Sometimes maybe time didn't allow, or maybe depending on how it's being done. You do have a lot of conversations with colleagues now. Before you've had what sort of person do you see me from hearing from my colleagues, different from how you see me at home as your partner, as father to our kids? Is there something that you would want to highlight? I mean, that you get to interact as well with colleagues of mine.
Something that stands out is they always mention that, like, you're very hardworking, work-oriented.
We try to.
But very approachable, very friendly. You don't discriminate. It doesn't matter like what position you are, what department you are. You are very approachable, and you have this welcoming aura.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, like an aura. What aura is that? Yeah. So I mean, it's great. It's good. It's great. I mean, I think it's always good to be very, very intentional with in whatever perspective, as a husband, as career-wise, and in different perspectives. And I think even in general, in a bigger perspective of both of us, we have a lot of similarities on how we are looked at, even in a bigger perspective, as even our and the other extended family as well. So we do share a lot of characters that you get told about you, and that I get told about myself, and both ways, so which is exactly, very relatable. And so holidays, we've mentioned about me working so hard. Do I get to create time for us to have some time off work, or maybe even just in general with the kids? With all this working so hard to try to make ends meet, as you say, or try to make things all look better, because it can only get more and not get less when it comes to work, if you look at it in that perspective.
Yes, true. Yes, you do actually create time to spend with your family, especially nowadays. Not like nowadays, since we got kids. I mean, even before we got kids, we used to have time. I don't know if I mentioned this before, like as much as you are a work-oriented person, or rather as much as you used to be a workaholic, even when we met, you still used to create balance. Like you would create time for me, even though you were like very busy, even though your cup is full, you're like, you don't know when to schedule this and this, you still used to create time. And that is something I really admire, like, about you. Like, you know how to separate issues, there's work and there's like family. Again, you're like a very different person at work. Some people know you as a very serious person.
Exactly. I do get
but then when
that
you
a lot,
come home, you're a different person again. I mean, as a partner, as a parent.
Great. I mean, interesting to hear that. So what kind of person am I in general, like when it comes to, you've talked about all this, am I this kind of person that has like a bulk of friends? Am I an introvert, more of an introvert, or an extrovert, or that character of me in your perspective? I know that this is a very difficult one, because you know me differently, both ways, professionally and also as in a family kind of context. But how is it in general, describing me as?
I would say that you are an introverted extrovert.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, because you actually have one friend, like, you do have friends here and there, but you have like one close friend, Fidel. But I mean, if we compare with me, I
Yeah, you
have
have
a lot of friends.
best friends everywhere.
And no, I don't have best friends everywhere.
I mean, like you do have lots of friends.
I have lots of friends, or rather, I talk to a lot of people.
Yeah, correct.
And
yeah.
like even for my best friend, it's very different because she's someone who
Completely
is not like a
different.
crowd person.
Exactly.
But
that's
like
your closest friend. You know?
yes.
Yeah.
But like for me, I am very outgoing. It's actually
Very,
funny
very
because
outgoing,
I am camera shy when it comes to like making videos and like talking in front of a lot of people that
Correct.
don't know me and I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I blend with people easily.
A lot.
So you have the same.
True.
You blend with people easily and you talk to people. It's like nothing different with that. But then again, it's hard for you to welcome someone to get to know you, if that makes sense. So yes, you don't have a lot of friends. You actually inherit my friends.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, exactly. Your friends tend to be my friends that I now look at as my friends. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think it's something about me. Yes, I do interact and blend with people, but it takes me a while to kind of really settle down with people. Like, oh, we're like, those buddies and all that. It's a very prolonged kind of phase that before I get into. But for you just get placed a crowd of people and whoa, she's gone, she's there, they already blended and talking. And I mean, for sometimes even when we go out to certain places, you would find me either with the kids, you already talking to people here and there, me I'm in one corner there. Not that I'm not connecting or disconnected with people, but it takes a while to have that kind of blend. It takes me longer, but to yours it happens on clicks.
True.
Yeah, exactly. So but again, it's this is what makes that perfection of having this different character from this certain strengths. And speaking of which, this is what I was going to ask. What sort of strengths do you see me as a partner, not even as a character, I have that you really like so much, not in the perspective of a career, but in general, like as a partner, what sort of strengths do you think, wow, this I like so much about you? This you're like, oh, you're not very good at this, but you could do it differently. What sort of?
I would say you're a very intentional person. Lovable, or rather loving.
Yeah.
I'm actually describing your strengths, right?
Yeah, exactly. And both ways, actually.
Is loving a strength?
It is. It is. Let me say it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But intentional,
the people that
yes.
are tough lovers, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I'm not that much of a.
No.
Yeah.
You actually show off. Like.
Oh yeah. Proudly.
Yeah, you show off proudly.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, like, what other character? As a partner, you said.
Yeah.
A great advisor, great listener. Because I mean, sometimes I come with different. Again, I mentioned that I'm very spontaneous. So sometimes I come with something. I'm thinking maybe I can do this. But in all, like you would sit down and listen, and you're like, I think we should do this because, and you're very like open. Like you would not sugarcoat anything.
Yeah.
Like some would come as tough love.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, that is another character that you have. What else? What was I describing again?
Yeah, like what character do I have that is maybe different, that maybe you're like, you've been trying to help me, this I need to help you
to change, or what you have,
or rather that you think I could do better.
Something you could do better.
That maybe I could already be doing, or
okay, yes.
or that you're trying to help me adapt to, that helps.
Yes.
Yeah, and you walk this journey with me.
I would say prioritizing yourself, because you're someone who like does not I don't say that you don't take care of yourself. You do. But then it is something that, like, I've been telling you to do it intentionally. Like let's say in terms of like fitness, for example, it is like,
but I've tried
do it for you've really tried. Like you've been consistent lately.
But it wasn't the case, yeah. Right,
yeah, it wasn't
before.
the case before. And in terms of everything, like having you time, like this is my time, I'm doing something to like water myself, because again, in your position, you get to have a lot of people looking up to you, and you might tend to give and not water yourself.
Correct.
So that's why I'm always mentioning like this part of taking care of yourself, loving yourself more. I know that you give love like with no questions, but yeah.
And another thing I must say, I mean, you've always believed in me in so many things. I remember there is if you might remember, when I first told you the transition of, I'm talking about the career path, when I wanted to switch from operations, and I remember you telling me that I really like how you've pushed yourself and positioned yourself, and how you look at yourself as our reflection of yourself. You were this, you're now doing this. And I remember telling you now, I think I feel like, or the intention of when I wanted to switch to sales, you at first you were doubtful about it, like, why would you do that now while you've really built up yourself, and I feel like you're already doing so well? Why do you want to go and restart all over again? How was that for you?
I would say it was actually scary. Yeah, because in my mind I was like, you're doing so well for yourself, you've positioned yourself, I mean, a lot of odds, but you were still like going for it until you got where you not wanted to be, but like a very good position, if you ask me.
Then
and then, I mean, especially where we are, like out of, like in a different country, we have like different cultures, and I mean, positioning yourself there, it's like you have fought a lot to be there, and then now you want to
switch to something else,
which is okay, but the only thing is switching to something like downgrading, like all the way from management you going back to executive. It was scary, but then again, I was like, the same way you build yourself to that level, that is what you actually told me, is the same way you will push yourself and get back to where you are, or even go further ahead. But to be honest, that was scary.
And I think
because you were getting...
I think also it has been with a lot of support. I remember, obviously, there was those doubt moments where, is it a good thing to do? But obviously, even having some good friends that also, I would say, you look up to, or say, you know, if they doing it, you can only picture yourself doing it better, you know. Or sometimes you look at yourself and you have a comparison of your own self. You tell yourself, like, you know, I was not once in management, but I got there. Then what doubt would I have in not starting this and building up better? And I think even now, to what I have done, to what I'm doing now, I think it's a journey that I've pushed myself even more harder than I did in operations,
and faster.
To get exactly, because, you know, in my mindset I always told myself I want to get there and surpass what I'd already done, and I think I've either done that already, or in that process of doing it.
You've done that, and you're doing more.
Exactly. So I think that also comes with having the right elements around it, which I would really greatly thank you for, you know, just trusting in me. And when it comes to that, obviously, you know, when you work so hard, the only expectations are you would earn much more, but sometimes it's not the case, you know. Sometimes it's what challenges you to change, like in your way. What do you think sometimes, in your view, challenges me to push myself to do even better?
I would say responsibilities. Because
responsibilities,
they're getting more.
Exactly. And then entirely just lifestyle, right? It changes.
The lifestyle is changing. The responsibilities are getting more. Like, I mean, for example, Gigi. She's now in year 4. It's not the same. Let's say in terms of payment, it's not the same as what she used to pay.
In junior schools.
And apart from that, you're also someone who always like to challenge yourself.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
you don't settle. Like
Yeah.
what's next?
You don't get comfortable.
You don't
rather,
get comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is also something that like pushes you. I even like the fact that you get to ask like even your leaders like, what's next for me? I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that is a character that I really admire because it's brave.
Yeah, true,
and
true.
maybe
It takes a
it's-
lot to ask that actually,
That's true.
because you would only ask that if you feel that okay, then I'm already doing this. Then what
Yeah,
next? You
what
know?
next?
Yeah, and if it doesn't happen, you find a way of find out how it will work somewhere else,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and has the switches in me impacted us as partners, as your husband, positively as well sometimes, like some of these changes, like
Yes, I would say it has. I mean, positively for sure, for sure.
yeah.
The funny thing is, different place. There's this benefit. There's
I remember
one is higher,
one of
one
the
is
first
lower.
questions sometimes you ask me is that, are they paying you more? Oh, like why would you move? It's not like they're asking you to leave.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, because the reality of life is the bills are waiting. You know.
True.
So as much as we normally say as humans,
Yeah.
it's not about the money. It's about the money.
But it's actually about the money, right?
About the money.
Speaking of money, am I a disciplined person when it comes with money? When it comes to spend of money, I know working for the money differently. Yes, like we all want to work for the bag, right? To fill up the bag as much as we can, or to stock it up as much as we can. When it comes to spend of money, or in general, how am I with money? Am I hungry enough, or
In terms
am
of
I-
spending or in
Yeah.
terms of making?
making? Yeah, like both ways, I would say. Yeah.
In terms of making, yes,
Yeah.
you're hungry, which is a good thing.
Otherwise, we wouldn't push ourselves as much as we are
Right.
doing. Yeah.
In terms of spending, I would say we are learning.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
True.
we are learning
we've had
because,
lots of
From how we were raised, maybe both of us, we were not taught about, like this financial discipline and
Yeah.
everything while growing up.
Yeah.
So it is actually something that we are learning, and we are trying to do things differently from our parents or even like our elders back there. And yeah, we are learning.
Yeah, true. Which actually draws me to the question of when it comes to finances and all this. I think this is where you would take credit for. You do take lots of the initiatives of, financial discipline. I remember there are certain courses that you've actually done by yourself or read or followed certain characters, obviously, that are talking about all this, everything finances.
Yeah.
You do take that initiative, and I remember there's so many cases or instances where you've told me there's something we need to talk about, or even asked for a date to just go talk about finances, which we do a lot. And this is something that I must say it's an initiative that sometimes it's more of like a masculine thing, I would say, that people always think, I need us to do finances like this. But you take that initiative and say, I think I've studied this, and you've tried so many things. You've tried from trading, you've lost a lot of money. You've asked me to support you do certain initiatives where you've ended up giving up and say you don't know why it has not worked, but it's still, as you said, learning journey. So there's always those shortfalls that comes. But am I resistant when it comes to some of these things you've tried? Because when we talk about trying, you've tried so much,
Yeah, I've tried so much.
and you're still doing
Again,
a lot
I'm
more.
spontaneous.
Yeah, exactly. Am I quite resistant with it? With
Yes and no.
yes and no, yeah.
Yes and no.
No, in
Because
what perspective?
sometimes,
Yes and, yeah.
like you would tell me, are you sure you actually want to? I'm a risk taker.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. And you're actually the opposite.
Yeah,
Like
exactly,
your
yeah.
risk appetite is not
It's not
like
as-
so much up
it's
there
not
as mine.
yeah.
I mean, which is a good
It's on
thing
the average level, I would
sometimes.
say, right? Yeah.
Which is a good thing sometimes. But again, like we said, we are learning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're learning,
because
yeah.
financial literacy has a lot to learn. It's like very broad, and we are not where we were, like, let's say, even like 3 years ago. Yes. So the lessons are really helpful.
Great. I'm happy to hear that I'm actually my percentage level is actually getting to the higher side rather than going below the the setback that maybe you've set, which is quite good. And speaking of that, with us having raising two beautiful kids, what sort of challenges do we face, and how is my approach as a partner with facing challenges, like in other perspective? Do I think about it, then come and talk about it, or do I come with this directives like, no, this is what we have to do, or how am I in that perspective?
I know we actually talk about things and agree.
Yeah.
But
openly, actually, in that perspective, we do a lot.
But from the first part that you asked, in terms of like as a parent, I would say from my side, the patience, like because I'm not a very patient person.
Yeah.
But
can you say that again? But positively though, yeah.
Positively.
Yeah.
But like with the kids now, I don't know if it just comes because like nowadays I'm very patient, more than you, by the way.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
especially with the kids. Yeah.
Yes, like let's say, did you do something and I would breathe fast, but you would go like,
for me,
why?
I react fast.
Yes.
And then later on, sometimes I come and even talk about it, and I even called her, especially with you. We have a lot of this. Sometimes I remember you always tell me, that's exactly you.
Yes.
She talks too much, just like you.
Defensive.
Exactly, very defensive. And then in the end, we end up blending and
being besties.
Exactly. We do that a lot. And even with Lovell, I think I still also see that a lot. Sometimes I'm like, stop doing that. But in the end, you take your time.
Yeah.
You're like, anyway, let him be.
Okay.
Let him be.
Chill.
Especially sometimes a very practical scenario is like sometimes when we are driving together as a family, I'm always this kind of person like, be careful, you spill that. And it happens, I go yell, and you go like, it's okay anyway. And like in the end, you go like, and then it ends up upsetting like Gigi, because sometimes she's always on the receiving end, and then in the end I have to find a way of how to compensate that. It happens a lot, and she ends up with bringing up certain subjects like, okay, it's okay, and then I go like, maybe my approach should be a bit different. So it's something I need to work on.
Yeah.
I'm doing well actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so great. I mean, it's great to have these conversations.
True.
I know there's a lot more that we can talk about.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for pouring out all these compliments about me. I know the questions have been more directed towards about me rather than speaking about you, because you will still want to be behind cameras more.
For sure.
But we'll try to.
I love it that way.
Yeah, exactly. We'll try to drag you. We'll try to drag you a lot, as much as I can, to have these conversations, because Beyond My Story is not just about me.
Okay.
It's about me in the picture, but it's like reading a magazine. Sometimes it's not just about what you see on the face of the magazine.
Yeah.
It's the stories that are written, that are shared in the magazine as well. So,
True.
So I think you are in every story that we talk about, be it career, be it family, be it as a person as well, because you're extremely supportive in all this journey, which and that's one of the reasons why I really had to drag you into this, to just put a face to that hard work. Sometimes, the phrase that says behind every successful man, if it's correct, that's how it's phrased, there is a woman, right? But at the same time, I think it goes both ways as well.
Yeah.
Behind seeing all the successful woman, there is a force behind that as well.
True.
Which is a support system.
Yeah.
So I think we are a great support to each other.
Yeah.
We support each
True.
other
I agree.
mutually quite well, and we relate quite well. We have lots of conversations between us with our kids. We try as much as we can to step out of our kids sometimes to have these conversations.
A lot, actually.
A lot, yeah. We actually need that sometimes a lot, and it works quite well. So thank you so much. Let's hope we can get you on board as we talk about
No
the
promises.
stories, no promises, but I'm sure it will happen. But again, one thing I have to mention is that you inspired me to open up this podcast, because you've always said, there's a lot that you can talk about that can inspire someone differently. And I'm sure that from messages that I've got from friends and even yourself, like, actually he should have been doing this way back, because there's a lot that we relate with in terms of family. Because sometimes in life, I think when you choose to do certain things by yourself, it's different from if you have a force around you,
That's true,
so for me, I think a lot of success, as I look at it in terms of my career and as a husband, as a partner, is that it's how we relate, and that I think we keep learning from each other a lot. We explore a lot, and I must say that thank you so much for your patience that you have a lot, that blends in well in so many aspects, as a wife, as a mother, and as a career. And thank you for helping with my fitness journey as well, because this is something that when you transition from operations into fitness, it was more following what you're passionate about, and you're doing quite well. I'm sure you're yet to hit those bars, to those different levels that you position yourself. So you can always count on me on that. So
Thank you.
And thank you as well for always having my back and everything that I do, and inspiring me, pushing me to keep aiming to touch the clouds and to get into those levels, and we will get there. So thank you so much. We'll see them on the next video. Maybe not with you, but again, I'll talk about the continuation
Not with
of
me,
Beyond
for
My Story.
sure.
Exactly. Today's has been a bit different conversation, trying to call you by name on set, which is
It's
has been
very
quite
awkward.
difficult. At some point, I felt like I wanted to call you like, hey babe. I'm like, no, that's not.
Ding.
Yeah, exactly. Censoring that. I think there are instances which I've done that. But anyway, we had to edit that back again. So I'll let you do the parting shot for this video, because for me, I still have a lot to talk about, right? So
I mean, it's such a pleasure to be on your channel. I mean, I know you might not be seeing this face a lot. But I mean, I'm comfortable being behind the scene.
Well, we'll try to drag you
and
as much as we can.
I want to say that I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep going, keep pushing. You're inspiring a lot of us.
Thank
me
you.
included.
Thank you for being part of this journey as well.
You're
it would just get better. It would be very difficult if I had to do it by myself, but you make it a lot easier for me. Thank you.
And I mean, as a family, we are really, really proud of you. We look up to you, by the way.
I look up to you guys, actually. You inspire me to look up to you guys.
Yeah, thank you. And I mean, that is all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So I don't want to add anything to what you've said. I mean, grateful, and thank you, God, for like putting us together, complementing each other a lot in so many ways. I mean, we lift each other's spirits so much, and I think there's more of that I'm going to talk about in other videos when you're not there, when I can openly talk about it as well. So great to have you, and thank you so much. So we'll meet them on the next video. Bye.